Hi, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom for this upcoming week of September 14th through September 21st, 2025. And this is the 226th episode of Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom. My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 Amazon International bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. Now, this book is the sequel to my other #1 Amazon International bestseller, which is One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness. And let us not forget this beautiful book. It presents as a children's book, but it's a children's book for all ages, and with the theme that we do not die and that we are divine and eternal. If you're interested in those books, please go to Amazon. The novels are available in print and Kindle, and they're also available for those who like to listen to books in audiobook form on Audible. Now, to find out more about my wonderful business, which I created 22 years ago in 2003, my business is Angel Healing House, and I provide sessions to help people to reconnect to their divine, eternal natures. And in this way, they can create their own heaven on earth. I do have emotion code sessions to uncover negative, destructive, hidden, trapped emotions that we don't even realize that we're carrying from our ancestral and our generational lines, which are sabotaging us and stopping us from creating the life of our dreams. I do provide revealing, intuitive psychic counseling and angel tarot card readings. And for those who would love to learn Reiki, I've taught Reiki now for 22 years, including all the levels, including the master teacher level. And if you'd like to schedule a session or find out more information, please do phone me at Angel Healing House. And that number is 831-277-3716. And that's Eastern Standard Time. Or you can go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. I want to thank everyone who has made generous donations for my free content here on YouTube. If you would like to make a donation, I have provided my PayPal link in the description box down below, along with all of my contact details. Now, here on Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, we sometimes pull runes, we pull tarot and oracle cards, but we always look first into the astrological heavens to see what celestial and planetary events will be affecting the collective. So sometimes here we have to take a peek back in order to peek forward. So taking a peek back into last week, we see that there was a major transit adding to the already powerful energies of that full moon lunar eclipse on September 7th. Because on September 6th, and this is going through till February the 4th, Uranus, who is the planet of the unexpected, stations retrograde, which unleashed the most unpredictable energy of the year. Some might even say that this is an anything is possible type of energy. Uranus is the wild card of the solar system, often delivering lightning bolts, out of the blue events, with sudden communications and connections that can really possibly rewrite the story of your life. What will be revealed for many will be the turning point that they have been wishing for. Now, yesterday, we had the Sun conjunct Mercury, which always brings a time of clarity. Now, many may experience new insights, new information, and more ease of problem solving, expressing, and communicating their thoughts and their ideas. Remember, the sun is our life purpose, and Mercury is the messenger who delivers important messages. And whenever the sun conjuncts Mercury, it is always very meaningful. As we often receive messages about who we are and what our purpose is. And with the energy of Uranus, this might feel like a dramatic breakthrough for many. Coming up on September the 18th, the messenger of the gods, once again, Mercury, will leave its home in Virgo and it moves into Libra. Now, in Libra, Mercury feels very social, expresses itself more easily and calmly. The energies of this event is getting many to think more about partnerships and collaborations. And lots of big contracts can be happening around this time. This energy may also increase our creativity. It may inspire new ideas and inspirations, bringing more beauty and aesthetics into our lives. With Venus's free flowing focus on harmony and beauty and creativity, sometimes it isn't all that happy being in the very structured, analytical, practical, overthinking energies of Virgo. But this transit can activate our love for things like reading books, learning, gaining more knowledge through research. Because Venus rules over our money, it might give us an urge to organize our money matters or give us a push to get more diligent about our health, our fitness, and our exercise. With Virgo's practical influence, we might find ourselves looking at beauty treatments or starting a new healthy eating plan and becoming more organized with our routines. Now, at the end of this week, we have the last and final eclipse of 2025 with a powerful solar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. In fact, whatever has fallen out of our lives under that September 7th blood moon, lunar full moon eclipse will now find fertile soil to grow and to bloom and to blossom. This new moon solar eclipse promises many fresh starts, new beginnings, and is a great time to set things like intentions, particularly around our health and our well-being. For many, the doors that closed during that lunar eclipse, because remember, lunar eclipses are all about surrendering and letting go of anything, and that will make space for what is to come in now with this solar eclipse. So for many, the doors that closed during that lunar eclipse will open to changes that may just feel a little bit unsettling. But it is a time to integrate all the lessons, all the knowledge, and all the wisdom that we garnered. Be open. Be very open to the ways Spirit and the universe now wish for us to be reborn again into new chapters into our lives. Now, my angelic family, who I, Angel Ariel, am part of, we are known as the Posse of Angels. The Posse of Angels is sharing that this is not about erasing the past, but taking what we learned from our previous lessons and building a stronger, more stable, and secure foundation for our lives. With the astrological wheel beginning each year in the spring here in the Northern Hemisphere and also in the autumn, and that's in the Southern Hemisphere, and it begins with Aries. Now is the time to step into the second half of the zodiacal wheel, reap the fruits of all of our efforts and dedication and diligent hard work on our creations for the past 6 months. And as of 2 days ago, on the 11th, we stepped into the second half of the 2025 zodiacal wheel, and that marked 111 days till the end of 2026. Now, in these days, blockages will be removed for many in the collective, relationship blockages, career blockages, money and financial blockages, when they will start on their own highest evolved path at the right time, where your destiny will manifest and bring you together with a like-minded community with just the right connections. For many, miracles will unfold. And the only thing for us to do is to keep focusing on our heartfelt desires. Now, the posse of angels is sharing that many will be amazed how their lives will be, and they're saying 11 times better all around. For additional messages, the posse of angels directed me once again to my delightful deck, which is called Fairy Tale Oracles. And the first card that came out for us is this one, Kiss. It's number 8. It's hard to see in that reflection. And it's the card from Sleeping Beauty, and it's called Integration. If you're not familiar with this fairy tale oracle deck, there are eight different fairy tales: Sleeping Beauty, Hansel and Gretel, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, and several more. And they take 4 messages from each one, and the cards elaborated on them. This is from Sleeping Beauty, the Kiss, number 8. And this message here is all about integration. It reminded me of my recent interview on the Podbean podcast, Sacred Embers show, Enter the Light. Now, on that show, I shared that before we enter into human form as spirit, we are made some very important promises from God's source creator to give us assurance on our journey of physical incarnation. The first one is that we are more cherished, we are more loved, and we are more adored than we could possibly ever imagine, and that we are never, ever, ever, ever alone, as in every moment our cheerleaders in spirit are always with us. Now, if you want to learn the other promises, please go to the Podbean website. That's Podbean, and tune into the replay of that show, which was on Sunday, September the 7th, on the show Enter the Light. But card number 8, Kiss, is confirming to many that after receiving the powerful upgrades that we have recently gone through of energies, we experienced during that full moon lunar eclipse and the 9/9 portal, we are integrating these energies, and we're in this in-between phase between eclipses. In myths and fairy tales, the kiss represents the integration or the coming together of the prince and the princess. Could be the divine masculine with the divine feminine. It's also the thwarting of evil forces when the Sleeping Beauty awakes from her poisoned sleep to be reunited with her true love. The magical kiss turning of a frog into the prince he was always meant to be, and there are many other fairy tales. And while we could be trying to manifest our own happily ever after, the posse of angels is saying that the most magical of kisses are the ones that we give to ourselves, and loving ourselves so completely that we feel whole and complete and so empowered that we choose to be unashamedly ourselves and to live authentically. So, wonderful reminder there from the fairy tale Sleeping Beauty and the first card, Kiss. The next card that came out for us is this one. This one is also from Sleeping Beauty. This one is that is a spinning wheel, and it's number 4. Number 4 provides us with stability, security, a strong foundation. The second card is, and it's hard to see here, on the bottom, it's Thread of Fate. And there's a crow on the top of that spinning wheel. So above everything else, this message, especially after the time of integration spoken about in our previous KISS card, is that we are readying ourselves to choose our fate and our destiny. The posse of angels is asking us if we will make the change when the opportunity or the offer is presented to us for us to lead and grow in greater wisdom, Or will we stay what is not necessarily comfortable, but what may be familiar, to stay where we are, which is a place where many have outgrown what we do for our jobs, outgrown what some of our relationships, outgrown the previous ways that we allowed fear, self-doubt, limitation, and uncertainty to keep us stuck. We each have the wisdom, we each have the free will and the inner strength to shape a new future for ourselves. So this time of integration between these eclipses is bringing in this thread of fate for us, our destiny. Next is our third card, and that third card is, as a result of what will be manifesting at this time, um, those offers, those opportunities that are coming in that will put many in the place where they're supposed to be. This card is that hedge of thorns, and it's number 7. Again, this one is also from Sleeping Beauty with its message of time to blossom. You know, when Thorn of Hedges appears, it means that you're standing at the threshold of your destiny. We received Thread of Fate, which told us that it's imminent, and will show itself to many with this around the timing or thereafter with this solar eclipse. The thorns were there not to keep you from your destiny, but in most cases, they were there as protection for you. And we only have to say yes to our destiny for those hedges to part so that we won't be torn apart by those thorns, and for us to be seen and heard and perceived now by the world. You know, for those who will choose their fated destiny, well, the posse of angels is saying, you will blossom in miraculous ways, so much grander and more expansive than you ever thought possible. That's not to say that those who do not answer their destined calling will not receive rewards, but they are saying it will not offer you as many doors opening to expand, reach as many people, and to fulfill as many of your heartfelt dreams. Now, thank you for that from the Fairy Tale Oracle. There's another deck that the Posse of Angels have sent me to, and this is a new deck of mine, which is wonderful, and it's called the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And the first card that came out for this one was number 29, the Horned Cactus, and its message is resourcefulness. Now this is another, and its message also is a message of blooming through resilience and resourcefulness. So we had that other cards that spoke about blooming as well. You know, when we look at the cactus in the dry, barren desert, there doesn't appear to be hope of any life. Now, this is the second card of thorns that we've gotten. We got Hedge of Thorns and the Horned Cactus, which is all about thorns. Like in the Hedge of Thorns, these thorns were not there to keep us from what was rightfully ours, but again, it was a form of protection until it was time for us to be seen, for our projects to have to come out in the light of day to a more evolved audience to be able to perceive them. The cactus seems to live in a dry, foreboding environment where no life can grow. But deep underneath, where no one can see, is a wellspring of nourishing and quenching water to help it to flourish. The message is that your needs are being met despite the outward appearance. There's a lot going on as Spirit is bringing life-quenching connections and opportunities for you and your creative projects. It's a reminder to connect with our inherent wisdom within, for us to take heart, to trust, and this part of the journey is temporary, but will open up to greener pastures for us. So beautiful, beautiful reminder there. And next card that comes out for us is such a lovely card. Look at this beautiful card, Stars in the Sky, number 51, which is added to a 6, the card of harmony, joy, and balance. And its message is limitless possibility. You know, like the endless blanket of stars in the sky, we only see a tiny sliver of all the stars that are out there. The posse of angels wish for us to know that, like those endless stars, there's an endless, endless potential within us, and the appearance of this card assures us that our life right now is alive with possibilities, and it's time to hone in and keep a clear focus on what calls to us most. And although it might present to us as something which is daunting, could be overwhelming, it's important to not be distracted by the sheer magnitude of what will be offered to many in the collective. In fact, my angelic family, the posse of angels, is sharing that it is very important for us to remain present and to place our focus on the brightest star, the brightest potential for our wishes to manifest in the physical. The energies between these current eclipses are providing such potent power that if we can imagine, if we could hold that vision, then we will summon all the celestial helpers, ancestors, and guides that are needed to bring our dreams into reality. Remember, please keep your focus on the energies of your wish fulfilled and not the form that it needs to take in order for it to come in. Beautiful stars in the sky. Next, to finish off with, let's go to another deck of mine, which is the Fortune Teller Oracle. Okay, let's shuffle these cards, see what's coming out for us. I hope everyone's well. Happy fall here in the Northern Hemisphere. Happy spring to all my dear family and friends in Australia and in the Southern Hemisphere. But here we're starting to see the reappearance of all those pumpkin and nutmeg spiced coffees and pumpkins appearing at the local produce stands. And yes, the leaves are starting to fall. There's that hint in the air of a change of season. Equinox is coming up. The fall equinox is coming. Oh, that one just slipped over. I mentioned about our ancestors and our celestial help, and this one is a guardian spirit watches over you. Feel their love, feel their presence. Okay, let me put that back in the card, back in the deck. Magical, magical cards. Okay. There you go. Okay. Cards are starting to fall. Let's see if we can get one more to jump. Okay. Oh, these cards are very, very slippery. You know, you get some decks which are just so slippery. Okay, there you go. And let's go 1, 2, 3, and there are the cards. First one comes out for us. Oh my, the stars whisper your destiny. Where is our star card? We just got stars in the sky. And this one says, the stars whisper your destiny. Follow their ancient light. You are billion-year-old carbon. You are that starlight. Shine as bright as you possibly can. And this one also popped out. Oh my gosh, a new opportunity will lead you to greatness. How wonderful. And we were speaking about that, the hedge of thorns, that cactus, all of those thorns are parting now for you to step out for you to be seen and heard and perceived. So I hope all that's been helpful for you. Do remember that Walk in Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom airs every week on Saturdays. If you are interested in any of the remarkable services I have offered now for 22 years at Angel Healing House, my wonderful business I created in 2003, please do go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. And remember, my books, they can be purchased on Amazon in Kindle, print, or as audiobooks on Audible. And I'd love for everyone to go out and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. I'm wishing you love. And as always, angel blessings. And I look so forward to speaking with you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.